Podcast FC.
Let's do it.
Welcome, everyone. This is Podcast FC, Game Week 17, Episode 11 for us. This is a preview to Week 17 for everyone out there. We're going to hit up the big games, give a little sample of the little games for you.
We can kick it off with Chelsea against Sunderland. 10 a.m. game, Saturday.
It's a do or die, you know.
It's a relegation battle.
It's a relegation. It's a big six-pointer, as they say, you know.
Bowl. Exactly. So Chelsea, of course, ragging on them. They're fresh off a defeat at the hands of Leicester, who's 2 points clear as we speak. So this is actually a very important game in the sense of momentum. There are plenty of stories saying that this might be Mourinho's final straw. You know, if he loses to a struggling Sunderland. A tie, maybe he might buy him another game or two, but they say if he loses to this team, then it might be a wrap.
Who knows what happens? You know, this game could be anything. It could be a 0-0 draw. It could be Chelsea loses again. I just don't know anymore.
You know, I say if they should go with Remy up top.
I was about to say that.
You agree with me, right? Let him have a run. Pair him with Diego or play him in Diego's place.
I think it was interesting last game.
But he's bright, he's lively, he wants to play, he's so frustrated on the bench, I can imagine.
I think it's interesting to see what they do last game. At about the 60th minute, Jose goes with 3 at the back, takes off Terry, puts on Remy, and they looked like they were actually playing some better soccer. 2 strikers up top, 5 in midfield, 3 at the back, and they were getting lots of chances, loads of chances. They were putting all the pressure on.
John Terry out.
So either that, or do you consider a tactical change as well?
Maybe.
Well, he was taking off for Remy that game, and as soon as that happened, pace quickened.
That one was tactical. That sub was tactical.
Went to 3 at the back.
Yeah, and Fabregas also came.
But it was also
Fabregas played well.
And they played like a box midfield. They had 4 midfielders, and they had Ramirez, Matic, Fabregas, and Oscar for a bit until they subbed off Oscar.
They looked good at the end of the game.
Yeah, they were moving the ball real well, and they actually had a midfield forward connection. I think it'd be interesting to see. I mean, I think Jose's desperate. I think he'll do anything to win the game, including a tactical change.
But do you think that tactical change hurt them in the sense that, again, John Terry's disgraced, captain, stripped? He could have taken off what's his name? Plays
Zuma.
next to Zuma. Could have taken off Zuma. Obviously, that didn't really make sense. But I feel like stripping him at I think it was the 52nd minute. He didn't even make it 60 minutes. So that was more of a message. He's not doing what I'm asking him to do. I'm pulling him off. So, and then you got Hazard walking off halfway through the game with a phantom injury, or at least what looks like a phantom injury. So I don't know if it was good, that tactical change.
It's broken.
And I don't know
the club seems broken to me.
I don't know if they can correct it by the time they face Sunderland.
For me, you have to start playing players like Remy, and to me, he's a guy he's the only player who naturally plays in that position, who's in between a Diego Costa, who's more of a brute physical guy, and a Eden Hazard, who's a small technical guy.
Yeah.
So he has the best balance between any striker on that team. So you have to give him his run. He just scored a goal last week. See what he's got. In terms of tactics, maybe they do switch to 3 in the back, but I don't know.
So
Mourinho typically likes his 4.
So you're saying Remy to start? Does that mean Costa benched, or does that mean a formation shift?
Costa benched. I think even by his antics over the weekend, what appeared to be him antagonizing his teammates, him putting his heads, closing his hands, lulling himself almost to sleep, like he was like someone going to sleep. I don't know, but there've been these rumors that, he's the type of guy where you miss a pass, maybe you don't get it to him, he might kind of flip on you. So
yeah,
give Remy a chance.
I'm sorry, it didn't have to be a 3-5-2. It could also be a 4-4-2. I think that, with Hazard probably not being playing next week, I think they don't have really a winger. I mean, I know Willian's a good player, but I think he could drop and play a little midfield. If they want to go 2 attackers up top, they could still do 4 at the back. They just have to shuffle a few of their players around.
Good point.
Yeah.
They have to go to something else. It's not working, so 4-4-2. I think it would be fun to watch, Costa and Remy. Previously, I have said when talking about Chelsea that with Costa, he just needs to find his areas and just deflect the ball into the net. With Remy going through the box and actually taking so much attention, he can maybe just slide himself in, get a pass, and start maybe getting in form.
Yeah, I think that is a good 1-2 punch. You have the physical brute in Costa, and then you have Remy, who's a little more like pacey.
He's willing to work. Also, he's gonna
Exactly.
check 20 yards. He's gonna make the run outside. Like the guy, he opens up space when he doesn't have the ball. Where Diego just lumbers around, being sulky, waiting for the ball to his feet only. Chelsea need life. I don't know. I like Remy. I'm a big fan of him. It's a shame he doesn't play more. If he goes to Tottenham or
Definitely.
even Everton, that'd be a great pick. Like get him playing 30 games a season, 38 games.
Also, if Remy starts playing more against Leicester, he had a really bad shot. He might have hit his I forget exactly what it was, but he might have hit his foot on the ground or he just shanked it completely. If he starts playing more, he actually starts getting to form. He starts hitting that and actually starts really getting goals.
I mean, he's no world class, maybe not yet, but he's the Louis Saha. He's the Louis
not
Saha,
bad shout.
dude. He's a great backup.
Underground player.
But dude, he's gonna get 8 games. Start him. He is an underground. He's an
Hashtag underground
yeah,
player.
you gotta
But-
stop and make note when it's there.
That was casual. Didn't even have to think about that one. But he, off the bench, he could start 6 games in a row and score, 5, maybe 8 goals. Like he needs that run.
To me, it's going to come down to the mental battle. Again, like we said, this is a quasi-relegation battle, and you're playing against a Sunderland squad. I mean, they got Wes Brown, who's still playing.
Johnny O'Shea.
Johnny O'Shea.
Stud.
Eunice
Represent.
Kabul. Sebastian Coates. These are all, like, top 4 X, like, cuts. Like,
Rejects.
these are like the rejects.
Scrap,
from
they're just
Liverpool,
holding on to the league,
Spurs,
holding
Man
on.
U. So I mean, they have some good players, but at the same time, will Chelsea be able to live up to the pressure? Because all the pressure's on Chelsea now. Maybe going into Leicester, we can now say, all right, they lost, but we can see why with Vardy flying high and Mahrez. But against the Sunderland squad, that's at the bottom of the table. If Chelsea loses this game, I can totally. Well, Mourinho's firing could be justified, I think.
If they don't win this game, Chelsea, they will be 15 points. They will be 18th place
Still?
maybe. 16 points. They might actually be 18th because Swansea, Norwich, I can't say they're going to win or not. But if they do, miraculously, Chelsea is in the red zone.
Listen, this is nothing new. We've been in the red zone all season. Okay, we haven't been winning games, so this to me is it's every game that Chelsea plays is a big game from now on.
You got to beat
Have
Sunderland,
to win.
though. You have to beat. It's Sunderland.
Listen, it was Bournemouth last weekend. Okay,
But
Every
Bournemouth's
weekend.
on the up. Like they're a positive team.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
they're
There's-
building momentum. It's Sunderland. They
They
have
have no
nothing to play
momentum.
for.
So-
they have no style. There's no tradition.
But every team gets up to play against a team like Chelsea.
I understand
So-
that, but
It's gonna
it's
be
Sunderland.
You don't know.
So that being said, as a Chelsea fan, what do you think is going on? What's wrong with the team?
It's broke. It doesn't work.
I know, but is it the team, the player? Like, what would you do to fix it?
I have to stand by Jose because
So you keep him and you clear out,
So
or
it's
what?
not the manager's fault; it's a player's fault.
I agree.
Sell
I do. I
Hazard.
don't-
Sell Hazard. Take the 100 mil.
I agree. I mean, I look what the guy's done in the past. I mean, his track record shows that he's great. I understand, this the 3-month stint that everybody brings up, but the guy's capable of greatness, and he's a winner.
3 years. The 3 years stint.
I know.
So is it one of those things then where you have to say, all right, it's his third year, just let it go. It's an L. Let's just take this loss. Let's try maintain and improve, but let's chalk up this year to not winning anything, and maybe things will change the next year.
Listen,
I
as
think-
a Chelsea fan, I remember being in the same position last time. Last time Jose was here, there was rumor, oh, he's gonna get fired, he's this and that, and I was like, please no, like the club will lose our way. We won't get back to what we were. And he left, and the club suffered for a while. We didn't do a lot of that. Didn't win a lot after that.
Tiki, to bring up an old friend of ours, Fergie, something that Jose's never had to do is rebuild a team year after year at one club. Have a team, it fades off, you rebuild that team. Like, he's never done that before.
Yeah,
Fergie did that time and again. Like, 4-year, 5-year, we got to rebuild, but he would never drop down. He was never out of the top 3.
yeah.
But he'd be rebuilding constantly, where this is a rebuilding year now for Jose, and he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah,
So
that-
it's a learning curve. Like, it's going to happen once. It's never going to happen again, probably. He's going to learn the hard way.
And I
But
think
he's going to bounce back.
And I think this is what's going to set the tone as to who Chelsea is in the next 10 years.
Yeah, it's good. Like, you want to get this out of the way. He's going to learn a lot from this.
But does Abramovich feel that way. Like we feel that way. I feel that way. I think he should be given time. I think, like Tom said, this is just a lost year. As long as you don't get relegated, God forbid. But just accept that this was it was scrap.
It's like David Moyes.
I think they have enough clout, especially if they keep Mourinho, to still attract talent to sort of bounce back.
Absolutely.
So I think it'll be telling to see where Abramovich really like stands as far as his ambition for his club.
Or you bring in Diego Simeone.
But I don't know how realistic that is. So you fire Mourinho now.
No, I said you keep him. I think it's the best bet.
In the summer.
I mean, you look
fire him. You
look
don't
at Joe,
fire him
look
in
at
January and bring in Diego Simeone. No. You do all
Even
this
if
in
you
the
do
summer.
in the summer, I mean, there are players out there. Antonio Conte's out there. Ancelotti's out there.
But the thing is, Ancelotti always had. Remember, he got fired in the tunnel
And
by
he's already,
Abramovich.
he's already coached at Chelsea, so he might not want to come back.
I think Ancelotti would probably be better suited at United, but I think Simeone, his biggest problem with Atletico is that they're still seen as like a feeder club to the premier clubs, and he had a problem holding on to Costa. And I think he said if they sold Griezmann last summer, he would walk away from the job. So I think that's going to get to him in that he has this passion. He brings 110% every day. But unfortunately, he's just at a club that can't afford to give him 110% back.
Imagine he had an unlimited budget.
He goes to Chelsea and he gets all his boys
whatever
back from
he wants,
Atletico.
and no one steals from Chelsea because they're a powerful club. So
They get
that's not a bad
they sell
shout out.
Hazard, they get Griezmann, they get Coca.
That's not a bad shout
Think
at all.
about
He brings his boys over.
what about Klopp last year with Dortmund? Team drops down. They're in relegation battle during the season, and the club stands by him, and he gets them back up. They finish mid-table. Not great, but
Get Europa.
Yeah, they got
get
Europa.
They did. Yeah, I mean,
that was the big thing.
what a climb. I mean, he was able to turn that club around. I mean, there's something to be said for sticking by a coach.
Yeah.
It's up to one person.
Well, that goes past the formation. That just goes straight to the locker room, whether the players actually want to do it. And right now, it doesn't look like Chelsea wants to do it.
He could get them back to 7th though. Like,
I don't see the players wanting to do it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. If the players just want to just bow out, they will. Hazard, if this was a game he really, really wanted to be in, I can't say he was really injured last game, but do you think he'd try to stay on for another 5-15
Yeah,
minutes?
he didn't even try to run it off. Like he just straight up just sat down.
it
Was
was
down.
just theatrics. You know, he was being
And
dramatic
then he walked
about it.
straight off the
Yeah.
pitch. Like didn't even get assessed on the sideline. He basically just said no. Like I've
That's
assessed
at
myself.
a
I'm
glance,
done.
that's what it looks like.
He subbed himself.
He could
Exactly.
be.
He subbed
Could be
himself.
hurt. He could be hurt. I'm not saying he's not. If he's not hurt,
We'll find out. Yeah.
I mean, that just shows the heart behind the locker room. Mourinho has to capture them, the players. If they don't play, they don't win. That's it.
Yeah, and I think what Farid said just a little bit earlier about how if what were you saying exactly about
Was that Klopp
yeah about Klopp exactly
with Dortmund?
yeah
How his team didn't do well. You know, they were down deep last year. Yeah.
yeah and how you have to stick with a coach in that same regard. Also, a coach's demeanor also has to be, you have to look at it. So when you look at a Klopp, his demeanor is more positive versus Mourinho right now. He's kind of throwing fits of rage. So I think if Mourinho kind of over the January can get that going and kind of become more positive, that might help.
And with Chelsea this coming week, rebounding next to Fletcher, I want to see how they respond with a forward such as Barini or Defoe. Also, really quick, I want to see if Chelsea's defense can keep up with them.
Good shout. All right. That being said, predictions. Farid.
Gotta stay faithful. Gotta stay positive. Gonna go 2-0 Chelsea.
Silly, but I agree. 2-0. I had the same scoreline in my head. It's got and William. No, not William. Remy's got to play. Remy's gonna score.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a 3-1 kind of game. Still think the defense, that's a good one.
3-1 who?
Chelsea.
1-1. Sunderland gets a quick goal. They pack it in, and it's just a really hard-fought game.
Thanks, Liverpool.
I go 1-1.
Thanks, Man United.
All right, so next game we got Everton taking on a all-firing Leicester.
Hot.
Big game. Who would have thought Leicester would be playing Everton to defend their position at the top of the league? What a crazy year it's been for this team.
What a Cinderella story. I mean,
Amazing, dude.
It's a battle of the Blues.
I mean, the two guys leading the league in goals right now are on the same team, and it's Leicester City.
Yeah, we're talking about, of course, Lukaku leading the league.
the opposite side, and not to mention Deulofeu, the young Spaniard,
Yeah,
who's
over
also
from-
been on fire.
Over from Barcelona.
Very good players.
And then from Leicester, we have Jimmy Vardy, 14 league goals, or not 15. It's up to 15, I think.
Yes,
and then
what is it?
Mahrez is up to 13, I think, now. So that's just crazy that Leicester City, I think they're counting for like 26 goals between the two of them.
Yeah, it's more than most
Like-
other clubs. I think it put them.
Also, I heard the other day Vardy is outscoring league play, has outscored Messi and Ronaldo as far as league goes. So I mean that Messi's been injured for like was injured for 2 months, but doesn't really
What a
matter.
meteoric rise, though.
But
yeah.
still,
Yeah.
you know, like across the board,
Yeah, the top three.
he's like a
goals.
Kevin Phillips season almost. You know what I mean?
Hashtag underground player. Hashtag underground player.
Such a legend.
Oh man! But yeah, this is gonna be remember when they Everton played Tottenham? I think I was looking for Crystal Palace. I was looking for an exciting game. It's kind of slow. It wasn't
Yeah.
really exciting. This game though, I think it's gonna be exciting. You
Yeah,
know?
you kidding me? The top
A lot of
3 goal
chances.
scorers
Yeah.
in the league. This is gonna be a
lot going
pacey
for
game.
Who are the top 3?
It's Jamie Vardy at number 1 for Leicester City with 15 goals. Romelu Lukaku for Everton at 12. Riyad Mahrez for Leicester City with 11.
Dude, what a matchup, huh?
Yeah.
Offensive firepower. Both teams like to play attacking, positive football. Leicester's a little more direct. Everton tends to be a little more patient, but they're just as capable of turning up the pace.
But the Leicester press.
The Leicester
What do you do
press,
against
man.
the Leicester
Leicester
press, man? You know what I mean?
Two
Dude, I
giants
think-
back there, Morgan and Hughes. Are you kidding me?
I don't think they press away at Everton. I don't think they do. I think they give them a little respect. I'm not saying they sit back and play a counter system.
You think they're afraid of Stones?
No
It's
respect.
not Stones. It's not Stones. I think it's more of an organization. Like, look, we've had some positive results. Now we're at the top. Now we have to stop playing like a smart team. And I don't think a smart team like Leicester would just go over there playing 90 minutes high pressure.
You know
Doesn't
what?
make sense.
I agree
Not
with
against
you
the Lukaku and
on
those
that.
kind of players.
After they get the 40 points. I think right now the mentality is let's get the 40, let's get the 42 points, guarantee it. Until they reach that, I don't think Leicester's going to drop off. I think we're going to begin to see Leicester dropping off once they know that they're not in this. Then it's impossible for them to get relegated, and some injuries may happen over time as well.
A quick stat that I heard, the points total that Leicester has right now, no team has had their points total and finished below 4th. So right now, they're quote-unquote guaranteed fourth place at the worst. Like, that's how high-flying Leicester is. Like, that's how
At this
crazy it is,
which is
people.
why I said I was worried about them the other day.
This Leicester is now legit. Like, they have to be considered. Just out of points total, we can talk about depth, lack of depth, all that, or lack of clout, but just mathematically, they have to be in a conversation for top 4. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What EPL team beat them this year? Do they might know?
I don't know.
I know.
Trivia.
I know. I got the trivia.
West Ham, I'm going to guess.
No.
It's the Goons.
The Goons.
Oh, I should have known.
Yeah.
My bad,
That's the
Gooners.
gear.
My bad.
Fun fact of the day for
I
everybody.
love it, Farid.
But let's start to be smart at this point in the season now. Like, they've gotten this far, like we said. You can't play 100 miles an hour for 38 games. You got to evolve. You got to
Gotta
transition.
start playing smart. I think Leicester, not to say they're gonna
Just
play for a
adapt it,
tie,
slow it
but
down a bit.
I think the mentality is that we're gonna go to try to win the game, but let's not lose it.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. It's gonna be very responsible. Some things is just gonna be go, 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 rah, rah, rah.
No.
Well, you're shaking your head.
Because I think Leicester knows they're going to score at least 1 goal every game, most likely 2, and they're going to put the pressure on their opponent. I think they're organized defensively, and they know that going in, and they have a forward who's gonna get them a goal. They're playing with confidence and a chip on their shoulder right now, and honestly, anything could happen. But I don't think they're gonna go into it quite as tactical as you think. I think
Promise me.
after they get the 40 points, they'll approach games like
Promise
that
me
more.
you'll watch this all 90 minutes of this game because Ranieri is a genius, and for him to switch his tactics won't be that difficult of a transition. But for the fact that they get at least a guaranteed goal a game, maybe sometimes 2, is why I think they're going to play very responsible. Like, we know we're going to get our goal, calm down. Not sit back, invite pressure. But the problem is, if you're playing high pressure against a technical team, which you could argue the only technical team they've run into this year, like proper technical team, would be an Arsenal, and they lost to Arsenal, as Farid told us. I think a team like Everton, when they're firing on all cylinders, when you got Barclay in there, you got Morales when they bring him on, you got Lukaku who's looking like he's playing a video game. It's like, I think they're going to respect that this team has firepower and can play the ball. Let's not, invite pressure, but let's not just buzz away and go playing high pressure.
See, I think they're confident in their defense, and they're going to do quite the opposite, because you mentioned a lot of attacking players for Everton. You didn't mention any defensive players for Everton. Go ahead, Huss.
Ranieri, after the game against Chelsea, said their goal was 42 points or 40 points this season. And once they reach that goal, they'll change the goal. Now, if they got to that goal so quickly, why change what got them there?
Exactly.
They score. That's what they do. They outrun. They have energy. I feel like this game is going to be kind of like Bournemouth and Everton. They're 3-3. But at the same time, Leicester beat West Ham 2-1 early on in the season when West Ham is good. So I actually think that Leicester's going to win like a 2-1 game, sort of something like that, where they're going to really jump on them. They're going to maybe let a goal up and then score real late, like dramatic. Like every other game, there's going to be some sort of drama, and I feel like they're going to come out just shy. Just on top.
All right, so with that being said, let's get into predictions.
I'll go first. I just think the attacking power that Everton can put together with De La Feu and Lukaku and these guys makes Everton more dangerous. I think it's a kind of a shootout, but it goes 3-2 Everton.
I'll go next. I'll say Everton wins this one 2-0.
Oof. All
Damn.
right. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Leicester. This one, I don't trust Everton's defense. Honestly, that's the reason why I'm picking them. So I'm gonna have to go Leicester 3-2.
I'm going to say 2-2. All even at the end. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one more goal in it, but I see 2-2.
For me, like I just said, against West Ham early on, they went 2-1. West Ham was really strong then, before they started to dip. It'll be a 2-1 game, Leicester. Same guys. Vardy will score 1. Mahrez will have the assist for one of them. I'm not sure who will score the second goal, though.
What minute?
Oh, with Vardy, it could be any time. It really could be. It could be 1 minute or it could be 96 minutes, but Vardy will get it done.
96 minutes. You got that down? 96 minutes.
I'm writing it down now.
All right, next matchup, a bit of a tame one for the neutral, but for a lot of fans out there, this is a bit of a stressful one, and mainly because United's trying to bounce back off an embarrassing loss against the mighty Bournemouth. So United plays Norwich at Old Trafford. What are your thoughts, boys? You think Van Gaal's system will save us?
I think everybody falls asleep at halftime. Come on, man.
If this game is anything less than like 3-0, like I might just stop watching for the year. We need the players play this game. Norwich is not a strong team in the league. We need to overpower them. We need to just get the attack on point.
And it needs to have teeth. Like, we know we're going to have possession. We know United's going to have 70, 80% possession, whatever. But
that's fine.
That possession has to have teeth in the sense we have to play like an attacking kind of game. And I don't see it.
There's no point to our game.
Exactly.
There's no intention. There's no
it's a
focal
training
points.
session.
Yeah.
Just moving the ball left to right,
I
to right.
call it possession without purpose.
Fergie used to have a training at Man United, which was you couldn't make a backwards pass. Every pass had to be forward. You couldn't go sideways. You had to go forward every time. That was the
training session.
That was what he instilled in the team. You couldn't pass back. You couldn't go backwards or sideways. You had to go forward every time.
Yeah, and that instills a mentality. Even though obviously in a game, the players will, use their best judgment, but at least going into the game, their mentality is already, I have to look forward first.
Before anything.
That's one thing I don't see with United. Every pass is looking backwards first.
Well, safe first, then maybe we'll look forward.
And that's why they have 70% possession, because they're being safe with possession.
They miss so many chances by not passing forward. You pass forward, maybe someone's out of position, like things develop just by the ball being played through that you didn't even plan on. But the ball never gets put in those zones, or not enough.
I don't know. For me, I think there's a chance that Brady on Norwich might be the most entertaining player on the pitch out there. Unless Man United decide to step it up and play the lineup they should play. And the lineup, I think, will get them a result in this game. with Memphis out wide. Martial up top, Mata in, and pick your poison on the right flank, whether it's Lindegaard or Ashley Young, who I really think should be playing.
Yeah.
Why is he not playing?
Because Jesse
Just
Lindegaard's so good.
Yeah, Lingard.
No, I'm
not
saying
Lingard.
in
Lingard.
the last game,
Come on.
He might have been hurt
who
too.
went
though.
out? He was
might have
like
been hurt,
Ashley
to
was
be
on the
honest.
bench with a bunch of like academy players.
Nah, I don't think he was then. Because
No, it was the
I don't
last
think
game.
they would start Barclay Jackson over like an Ashley.
They
Young.
did.
They did.
They did last week. He was on the bench. Didn't even get brought on.
Wow. I didn't
I don't
notice
know
that.
if they're on the outs, him and Van Gaal, or what.
But is Schneiderlin, I'm not sure if he's coming back for you guys quite yet this weekend. But he's going to be important.
Very important,
He's gonna be
man.
important.
Very important. He's quietly becoming a very important player. at United.
Schweiny's out for another 2 games, right?
Yeah. Schweini got that suspension for. It was justified for that elbow, that forearm. Maybe he should have challenged it and got
Yeah,
it down to 2.
I think he did, but
No.
he lost the appeal. He didn't
No,
try.
I didn't appeal it. He accepted it like a gentleman.
Like he is a gentleman.
yeah.
I think it was. I don't know. I thought it was soft.
So what
Of
do you
course
guys,
you did.
I know. I did.
Of course you did.
I
what you
didn't-
guys
didn't
also
like
have to
it.
remember with Norwich is that when they faced City, they lost 2-1. City, that's a really hard game. 2-1. That's not
That's-
a victory. That's not a tie, but yet that's probably a good performance. They beat Swansea. That's not bad. They lost 1-0 at Chelsea. Arsenal 1-1. Everton 1-1. So they can run with teams. They can play with teams. They can hang in the game. It's whether they get that bounce. If they get lucky with a shot, if it's a deflection, you never know. And this really could change United's season
Yeah.
or Van Gaal's future.
Yeah, it's a big game. I think if United loses here, then I think it's almost curtains for Van Gaal.
You think really?
Not like right away, but I
End of
think
the
it's
year?
curtains end of the year. Like,
Yeah.
all right, finish up what you're working on. Like, because as much as I am complaining, like everyone says that he's gotten to United to 4th. He's got him hanging in there. What's everyone complaining about? And I give some credit to that. He's managed to organize the defense. United's not leaking goals. Especially with an experienced defense. Like Chris Smalling is our leader.
He's
That's
doing it.
crazy.
He's doing it slow, but he has turned the ship around.
Yeah, so I mean, credit goes to him for what he's done. I think it's just United's used to playing. It's not just about getting 3 points. It's how those 3 points are earned, and it's been very
That's everyone's
leaky.
complaining about because they
Yeah.
want to see the style of play return.
Yeah, the philosophy.
But
as it
I kind of
says.
just want to do we have to be I feel like we have to be patient with him. Give him his 3 years, then judge him. Give him 3 years, see what he did.
So much
but
easier
do we
said
have
than
3
done.
years? Yeah.
When we're analyzing all these players, these managers. We analyze this on a daily basis, just because the media, the outlets are out there. There's
Yeah.
transfers. There's
This podcast.
yeah. There you go. All these outlets. So we don't have patience. I think that's a great point. In the long term, the way Man U's looking right now, you're in 4th place, still in the Champions League spot, potentially for next year, and really, I think the real season begins after January. People,
That's true.
like
The legs
right now
yeah.
is all the bullshit right now. Like Arsenal's on fire, Leicester's in number 1. Sweet.
You're right.
Sweet. This happened in the
right. That's a
past.
good point.
So I'm not too excited about Arsenal riding high right now. I want to see what's going to happen after January. That's when the real season begins.
So you can really judge.
During this game, I want to see set pieces, corners. Russell Martin, Cameron Jerome. I want to see if they can actually get a header or just a foot on the ball. Fellaini will probably be out there. He'll probably win a lot. But you never know if Norwich sees what Bournemouth did. Said, hey, you know what? Let's try a few ticky-tacky things on the corners and let's just go for it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
score from a corner. That seems like a
Are you
good game. Let's just bang it in right off the corner.
No,
Tiki-taka.
Top corner.
That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is get a little bit more
Bullshit.
creative.
Abs. I hadn't seen that since like U13.
No, but if it's alright, if it just been done, then why not do it? Why not
No.
try it?
Try and score directly from.
You're Norwich.
corner.
Are you saying Fellaini starts?
No,
What?
I'm not saying scored from. No.
You were saying a set piece from a
you
corner,
see the
not,
game?
No, I was you talking
not
about Bournemouth though.
not
Did
a
you see the
direct
game?
kick.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, the
No,
second
not
goal
to-
from Josh
I know.
King.
I know. They're good at set pieces. The guy can really whip him in. What was his name?
The special set
Stanislas.
piece.
What?
Stanislas.
You right, Huss?
Yeah, I just don't know why you thought. Why would you think I meant kick it in from the corner. No, I said Martin and Jerome. They're two big dudes that can head the ball.
Oh, that's great. All right, predictions. I'll kick it off. United 1.
What?
Keep it moving.
United, Norwich, 2-2 draw.
Nah, I got United winning this 3-0.
Yeah, I have 3-0 also. Taking care of business, dude.
Huss.
Oh, Igalu, how many goals this week?
Wrong team.
Oh, my
That's
bad.
Watford,
My
dude.
bad.
Well, Gallo, I mean, he might have 0 because he's facing Liverpool.
My bad. I was thinking Watford.
I'm thinking 2-1 United. It's going to be one of those ones where Neil Bida, don't know, but, United's going to score 82nd minute to win the game.
I hope not. I hope it's taken care of 3-0 by that time, but okay. I like that shout, man. All right, next game. So we'll go Southampton versus Spurs. Tricky matchup for Spurs, this one.
Well, especially after coming off that loss last week.
To Newcastle, huh?
Ouch.
97th minute. Was it Perez?
I forget his name.
I think it was Perez, yeah. Scored in like the 96 or something.
Iose Perez.
Yeah, Iose
Heartbreak
Perez.
for the Spurs. Couldn't believe that.
I know, man. Spurs just can't get over that bubble, man.
That's the hump right there, man.
They put
You
a
gotta-
few great games together, and then they lose to like a team.
Well, you can tie that game 1-1. That's something. I mean, you don't want to do that, but you did. But to lose, like, you can't concede in the 93rd.
Yeah, no, you can't do that, man.
I mean, every manager is pissed if that happens.
Anyway, how do you think they respond to Southampton this week?
Yeah, Southampton lost to Crystal Palace.
Southampton's
1-0 in a tight battle, too.
Southampton is the team
Yeah.
that they should have been last year. Like, they're showing the effects of last year. I don't know.
Right.
Last year they did fine. They recovered okay with Ronald Koeman coming in. But this year you can see they don't have the depth anymore. Like, they lost players. They couldn't replace them with the players they had. And the effects of that are showing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. This would be Toby Alderweireld, who used to play for Southampton last year and signed with Spurs this year. He's playing against his former team here,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
think he's making a
boy.
big difference.
Oh, Jesus.
I think he's making a big difference. I think that's why Southampton's struggling. He was their anchor at the back last year.
When Yama's leaving to Arsenal soon, probably
Yeah.
January.
Oh, let's hope so.
That'd be
about
nice,
Mane?
dude.
Mane's on his way
Mane's
to
going to
Bayern.
Tottenham, or Bayern, or Arsenal, or Barca.
So yeah, they're gonna get picked apart. But this is who Southampton is. They sort of cycle up and cycle down, and right now they're on a down cycle. These are the last few pieces of meat left on the bone. For the last few years, they've been slowly getting plucked with Lallana, Schneiderlin, Henderson. So slowly they've been getting chipped away, and I think they're gonna get lulled down again, not relegated, but sort of
beaten
bottom
down,
half of the table.
Until
And they'll
like 3
develop.
to 5 years is a new Gareth
3 to
Bale
5
who
years.
pops
It's
out.
starting. Yeah, that's their system, man. So it's just unfortunate. I feel like they're sort of hitting that downward trend.
But they still have a great manager. They play great style football. So
They'll be fine.
they're going to challenge the Spurs though.
Yeah.
They're still Southampton. They're still going to challenge.
Yeah.
I think it's.
No, I'm just going to say it's going to be a good game.
Oh yeah, for sure, and I think it's going to be especially a good game, interesting one because these are two teams coming off of losses. It's always interesting to see who's going to respond, and they're in similar positions in the league as well. So honestly, I'm not sure. I think Spurs has the quality. I've seen more consistency from Spurs over the course of this season, but I don't know when you have a player like Mane. I don't mean anything could happen out there.
Unpredictable, man.
Anything
He's
can happen
fast.
out there.
He's fast, and he's wily, man.
Yeah.
He pops up in those spots that you don't expect him to. He's quick. He's agile.
Yeah, man, and he's work
I don't know
rate.
about Bayern, man, but I like him a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
They seem better though when they have a player like Graziano Pelle, who's
A strong guy,
a center
yeah.
forward up
Yeah, I was
front, and
just gonna say
Mane
that.
running off of him.
Where's he been?
He's become
Is he
off
hurt?
the bench. He came off the bench at the weekend.
Wow. So he's just out of form.
Well, they've been switching it up, trying to have Mane as the guy up top, and
I don't think it's working, man. He's been
No.
as a
Pele-
shadow, sort of
Pele's been
free
scoring
role.
goals. Like,
Yeah, Pele was carrying him at the beginning of the season. He was definitely carrying him, but I don't know. Hopefully he can find that form again.
and then you get Harry Kane, Big Harry,
Yeah, Harry Kane
And,
having a quietly good season.
and what's his name? Lamella scoring a hat trick in the Europa.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, Lamella's a
Pick it
different
up.
player.
So
huh?
maybe he's announcing his arrival with that. You still got Eriksson in the midfield with that nice right foot. It's gonna be a game.
Yeah,
They got players to play. People are fit. Like Tum said, coming off a loss, you want to rebound. So I mean, they don't think they score. Southampton didn't score a goal. Yeah, so
Yeah,
gotta see some
Southampton
goals.
hasn't scored. Yeah.
I like the fact that you brought up Lamela. I think he's really finally beginning to find that medium in the EPL where he's fitting in. He knows his niche. He's working hard now, or harder for the team. He's always been a skillful player.
He had a hard breakthrough though.
He did.
Settling down period.
He did, because he came from I believe, was it Roma?
Italy, yeah.
Yeah,
Roma,
and
yeah.
he was on fire, and he was the next Argentine kid, like him.
The
and
next stud.
there was another guy off who played for Pastore, was one of those other guys.
Javier Pastore, yeah.
It was around that time when those two were kind of hyped up, and they both kind of faded away, and kind of went through their ups and downs at their league. So I'm glad to see him, because I've always liked him as a player. I'm a fellow lefty myself, so
Yeah.
I can always appreciate a silky lefty out there.
Maybe
cool thing-
maybe he's better suited to Europe. Not
Maybe.
the, not
Cool
the
thing-
not the Prem.
But I like it because now he's physical.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about him is that they're playing him wider, and he was a pure forward, like you said, when he came in, and he just wasn't working in that position, so they moved him out wide. Well, at least that's what Pochettino's used him for a few games, and his work rate's unbelievable out there. He gets one-on-one, so he gets to take people on and just wreak havoc. So you're right, man. Lamela, I think, has quietly been like an unsung hero for that team, because you go, what's his name? Dele Ali busting through.
Oh yeah.
Him,
You know?
Dele Alli, and Dembele stepped.
Dembele.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about Eric Dier.
Yeah,
Back.
Big Jan
Holding it all
Vertonghen
together.
in the back, man.
Yeah, dude. You got
Tottenham.
Hugo Lloris. It's a
who's
great
becoming
spine.
world
It's a
class.
great spine, man.
Dude, Tottenham is
From
on that bubble.
Lloris to Vertonghen, then you got Dembele, Kane.
And they lost to
It's a
Newcastle.
great spine.
Dembele, Ericsson, Kane.
Eriksen, Kane, yeah.
Yeah, Ericsson's a stud for them, man. He pulls all the
It's a
strings
strong.
for them.
It's a strong core.
Yeah,
So
man.
how do you respond coming off of this loss? What's your
Exactly.
mental toughness?
Exactly.
That's the next step for Tottenham. This Tottenham team.
When was the last time Tottenham wasn't a bubble team?
They've been a bubble
The
team for a long
80s.
time, man.
The
What I'm
80s.
saying is
The year they finished
always.
fourth.
What I'm saying is they always have a team that can be fourth, third, or something.
That's when
And will they?
Yeah.
goggles doubts.
What do you think?
A few weeks ago, I said they're going to get fourth this year. I might have to take that back and say they're going to finish fifth.
And what, Liverpool's gonna sneak up on them? Leicester's gonna be in there.
Leicester's going to be in there. I still think they're going to be in there. And Pool, I could see them being in there. But I just don't see Tottenham. They're going to find a way to lose.
All right,
They-
so that being said, predictions. Go ahead.
Well, this game, I think they're going to win, though.
Yeah.
That direct.
I thought I was being smooth leading into into predictions, and nope. You're like,
Oh, no,
yeah.
not yet. Not yet. It's not the new year yet.
Okay.
Soon enough, Tottenham will start to drop.
Got a score?
I think they're going to win probably 2-1.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be tight. I honestly hate to be that dude, predicting a tie, 1-1. I think it's gonna be tight. I think Kane might continue his form. I don't know. Southampton's gonna find a way to fight back, I think.
I think Spurs responds really well to a broken Southampton team and wins 3-0. Watch out for the Hurricane.
I don't know about I don't know about the Hurricane or the 3-0, but I do think Spurs are going to triumph over Southampton just because of on paper and the form they're in with the Europa League. So I'm going to say 2-1. It's going to be tight, nothing flashy, kind of a grind.
Ronald Koeman, man, don't sleep on Ronald.
I'm not sleeping on Ronnie.
I can't decide between 2-1 or 2-2.
Someone's got to win this game, son.
Want to flip the coin?
There's got to be a winner.
I'm going 2-1 Southampton.
All right.
Spurs shoots themselves in the foot as
Ouch.
usual.
I like
2-1.
it.
All right, so next game, Stoke versus Palace, Crystal Palace. What a juicy matchup.
Love the CP.
Dude, this is the new look Stoke. Let's not get it twisted.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is true. Mark
So-
Hughes has been building this team for, what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
2+? And he's, from Tony Pulis to Mark Hughes, complete contrast in football. They're actually playing football, no more long throws. And last week, or 2 weeks ago, Man City, Shaqiri, silent
Put on a
last
clinic.
silent last weekend, but they have the quality in the middle. coming against a CP team that's also strong, from the midfield to the back to every position. Like, I don't understand.
Solid.
All these teams in the Prem are just solid at every position nowadays. It's ridiculous, except Sunderland. Like, they're all solid. Nothing against West Brom, my boy.
They're all solid, but they all don't have Yannick Bolasie.
Wesley Snipes.
Soon enough, it'll be Golassi.
I like that.
Oh man,
that should be his nickname for sure. Cause this dude, man, he looks like he's special right now. Honestly, the things he's doing, he's embarrassing people. He's out physicaling people. He's scoring goals. He's working hard for the team, getting assists. I mean,
you know what I love about him is that he's almost bored. Like he'll like try and flip it over his head, do some crazy shit, and like shoulders shrugged, like he doesn't care. Like he's doing the casual. Like I love his his ego or like his demeanor, man.
Yeah.
Like because he's just like he gets to that level. He's just trying to get better and better. He's getting cocky,
Yeah.
Last weekend,
But he's a beast.
Last weekend when Kabai was celebrating with Bolasie, it almost looks like Kabai could just stay on his back and Bolasie could just run with it. They give him a piggyback ride the whole time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. He's a house.
He's a
man.
house man.
and you got Zaha, who's also playing well.
Punching,
who's fast. But on the other side, you have Bojan Krkic, your boy with the Zlatan swag, Arnautovic.
Arnautovic, dude.
You know, so
Poor man's Bentner.
Easy.
So, I mean, look, a lot of technical football, you know, we could be surprised. We could see a lot of technical football in this game. But at the same time, you do have Shawcross, so we could see some
broken
added
leg.
improvements.
a couple of broken tibias.
I think for me, this is the second best matchup of the week. Like the second best, like juiciest game. You know, obviously, Arsenal City is the premier game, but this one's
gonna be
like
exciting.
well balanced. Yeah, both teams are attacking. They like to play football, and there's no favorite. You know, if you look at both these teams, either one of them could finish above each other. So I don't think there'll be any like respect shown.
There's no fear.
There's no
fear
fear.
between the two.
I think you're becoming a Crystal Palace fan.
It sounds like it, man.
That's what I'm
Dude,
hearing.
they're playing
Right?
football. I love any team.
Starting
that
to grow
plays
feathers
football.
over there, like an eagle, true eagle.
No, dude, they're a pleasant surprise, especially Kabai. Like I said in episode 10, that like I didn't agree with his move to Crystal Palace over the summer, but it's been perfect, man. A perfect fit. You guys were
he
trying to
could make-
convince me I wasn't having it.
Dude, he can make the Euros now. He could be in the squad, maybe off the bench, but like
Yeah,
he's getting
he could make
goals,
that
he's getting
20.
assists, dude. He's running the team.
That was the whole point.
It's awesome
Yeah.
to see it. Oh man, it's beautiful.
That's why he left. He
it's a
left for regular
beautiful story.
football. He wasn't getting PSG.
Hopefully Deschamps, still plays him. Or is it Blanc?
Or get
it's
no
not
Blanc
Blanc.
said
It's Deschamps.
PSG.
It's Deschamps, yeah.
it'd be respect though if he got a call up, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's why Deschamps also said like he should go somewhere and get playing time. That's why he like desperately moved from
Just like
PSG
Chicha,
to
you know, like
Crystal.
that's
Yeah.
all it takes sometimes is to run of games.
Yeah. So that being said, predictions.
I got
Farid.
3-2 CP.
Yeah, buddy.
CP on top. Another shootout.
Who's scoring?
Bolasie gets us 2. And Kabai on free kick.
Nice.
I got Stoke. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I got Crystal Palace winning at 2-1. Yeah, just going to be a battle. But Bolasie continues. It's fine for him.
2-0 to the Eagles. Clean sheet. You know, Stoke's no match for, I think Bolasie's going to have a field day. Just getting better and better every week. He's going to run ragged.
I like that. I got a bit of a stalemate, 1-1. Lots of chances. Just one of those games, kind of like West Ham last week, where they had 28 shots and just couldn't find the net. So.
I can see that.
This is a tough one. Because I don't know if I want to say 3-2 or 3-1. I like Palace. I'll go 3-1. I don't see Stoke really scoring more than one on this. They'll come close. They'll hit a few posts. I think...
1 minute.
Hey, Dr. Seuss.
I think Bunchon will actually break through and actually score his first goal of the season. And then Zaha will come off. I don't know if he's starting. He'll score a sub goal. And Bolasie will he'll get an assist to goodbye.
Down to the wire.
Detailed. Just for a week 17 game. Just details.
Nostradamus.
All right, so we're gonna quick touch the rest of the Saturday games. These are games where
Here's Tiki, the quick touch.
we'll check them out if we can, but we figure we touch on them anyway. We got West Brom
touch.
hosting. All right,
Got the quick touch. Na. The quick touch.
timing is so off. Just jammed himself in there.
And that was perfect. You just ruined it.
All right. So we got West Brom hosting Bournemouth. What do you guys think, real quick? Who wins?
Bournemouth.
I also got Bournemouth. I got Bournemouth.
I got Bournemouth. I think they're hot. They're running hot right now.
Yeah, same. I'm thinking 2-1.
I got
Like
Brom.
that.
I got Brom doing the defensive job. And I think McLean's going to be a big factor in this game.
Good shout. And the other game, we got Newcastle United hosting a very weak Aston Villa. What do you guys think? Who takes this one away?
This is the game of morales. Winner takes all. I think Newcastle wins, takes that positive energy, and maybe even goes for a fourth win in a row.
Yeah.
Three wins in a row for this team is enormous.
Massive.
Well, they had some injuries, people coming back. They're actually looking like a unit, and then, Villa, come on.
Sorry, Sack. All right, yeah, I say the same. Newcastle. Lockdown.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Jan Matt is going to get a nice assist down the right flank for Newcastle.
Had to shout
it.
your boy out.
I see Newcastle taking this.
All right, so that wraps up Quick Touch. Then that wraps up the Saturday games. Let's jump into Sunday. We got a juicy one in Watford going against Hussey's boys, Liverpool.
You nervous?
No, I'm not.
Igalu.
Well, he's good. They're playing well. They're a hard team, but I really think with Coutinho coming back and hopefully he plays a full game this time, I really think, it's going to be tough because to see how Sacco or Torre or someone, whoever plays for Lovren, comes in, that's a big difference. Or maybe they switch to 3 defenders, I'm not sure. But there's a big question mark, I think, on defense this week.
Pop Emery Chan back there, maybe.
Yes, that's true, too.
Yeah, he's played there under Rodgers. In desperate times, they popped him in center back. He hasn't really done well, but...
Do you put Lucas in... is Lucas still hurt? I forget. I'm not... Because if he's not hurt, put him in front of them?
Yeah, that holding mid. I mean, Liverpool will be looking to bounce back. They were able to pull out some theatrics last week with the 96th minute game tying goal by Divock Origi. I think Origi earns himself a start this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Benteke's been too slow, and with the heroics he showed, I think he's earned it. I think you're going to see a very fast-paced Liverpool team that's about business. I think they're going to be cutthroat. They're going to be clinical, and more importantly, they're going to be organized. What do you think?
I think it depends on a lot of what you said there. I mean, the lineup that Liverpool puts out. You know, we've seen them play 3 small players up top, with Firmino, Lallana, Coutinho, where they just attack like crazy. We've seen them play with the big man with Benteke. We've seen him play with Origi. He's gonna pick a lineup that he likes, and I don't think the big man get it to the big man over the top is working. So I think you might see a switch this weekend.
I think you keep it the same, but Origi for Benteke.
Yeah,
Try that out for this game.
it's like we talked about. He's a little bit like a
trial
hybrid.
and error almost.
I think Benteke is showing that, long term, this is not the system for him. I feel like...
Not the team for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like things break down. Every time he gets the ball, he's just a second too late, or, he tries to hold on to it too long. I don't think he's Klopp's kind of forward, and I think with Sturridge hopefully being healthy, they say he's coming back this weekend. Obviously, he won't start. I think it's perfect to put Origi in, give him 60 minutes. If he's doing well, give him the full 90, maybe 70, and give Sturridge... sort of cotton wrap him a little bit, protect him, give him 20 minutes, not too much time. But, yeah, I agree with you guys. Starting Origi, especially after the goal he scored, he's got momentum, he's young, he can be molded. Would be a great call.
I don't think he will, though. No, I think Emre Can will start back there if Sacco is not fit, and then Lucas Levy will be in the middle. Next to him will be Henderson, obviously. On the outside on the right will be Milner, left side Lallana. Coutinho will be in there with probably Benteke. I would like to see Origi. That'd be fun. Put Benteke on the bench. Put Origi in there. Get some speed, get some movement, and let him just see what he can do.
So you don't think Klopp is going to play Origi? Like start him? Over Benteke?
It's tough because it's whether Klopp actually thinks it's worth it. Because does he see Origi and says, okay, I could maybe see him on the team in 2 years and actually grow from there? Or does he see Benteke and say, he's gone in July, so... Or does he see Benteke turn the corner and actually being part of the foundation as well? It's whether Klopp sees it in his head or not.
Well, do you think as of right now, which way does he see it as of right now?
I think Benteke starts.
What if it's as simple as, what have you done for me lately? And last week, I talked to you, Divock Origi as a substitute. I said, you need to do something for this team. He steps up, he does something for this team.
You got to reward that, right?
That actually
At 19 years old,
you almost have to start.
You just have to give him that. You just, even if it was never
bubbling.
part of your tactics, yeah.
He scored a hat trick in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
And now he scores a game tying goal, which feels like a win, quite honestly.
Because it was a buzzer beater goal.
Yeah, give him his due. Give him his due.
It's good. It's even good for his mental development. Even if you bench him for the next 5 games.
Then the whole team realizes if you step up, you start.
Get your chance.
Yeah.
I like it. I hope he does, but I'm not sure if he will. Because what if Klopp likes him coming on in the 65th minute and being that energy
That's possible.
and running by tired defenders?
That's possible.
I think Igalo's going to have something to say about that because by then I think they'll be up 1-0 if he wants to go start Benteke.
Enough of this Igalo garbage. What about Troy Deeney? My boy.
Well,
Thug life.
that's if
Underground
Emery, that's if Emery Can.
Fuck all the
and
killers in the $100 billers.
That depends on if Emery Can and Lucas play. Because if they play together, maybe they almost just say, "Look, see if you can bully them. Lucas, you stay with him." Is Deeney gonna dribble by him? I don't see it.
Through him.
Yeah.
Through him.
Well,
Not around him.
That's
Not by him.
You got to put a
Directly
body on
through.
Deeney. You have to put a body on him, and I don't know if you can
Skirtle.
hope that a Lucas Levy. It has to be like a skirtle.
Wait till it gets deep enough and then just step on him.
Yeah, but then that's what leads to the success of Watford, because like you have to handle a guy like Deeney who's known to score, but then you got a Gallo who's hot as well. So it's like, who do you cover? That's the challenge. And then you have Dejan Lovren who's hurt. Sacco maybe he's going to try to play.
That defender's going to be key, Huss.
Yeah.
Whoever that defender is.
if I had to choose,
Exactly.
Igalo is the person I cover. Deeney, let him try to beat us with his skill. The skill is less with him. It's more energy with him. Maybe even man mark him with Milner.
But the point is that you have two forwards that are going to be coming at you with a lot of energy, and Liverpool's defense isn't that strong, you know.
Exactly.
Now you have a...
It's terrible time.
Now the guy's been playing the last couple of games is out, bringing Sacco in from the cold. It's like, is he going to be up for it?
Listen, I think people knock Sacco a lot. I think he comes from like
nothing against
PSG.
him.
You know that? Like he's.
Yeah, I think he's good.
He was a big time player when he came over.
Wasn't he also like a 20-year-old captain for France or something?
Yeah, dude, he's a French international.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was captain one game, I believe, when he was like 20 or something.
He's a leader.
A real.
He's a big time player, and I think you know I know he hasn't played lately, but I mean this could be his chance to come in and show what he's made, what his quality is.
Well, it depends on the injury. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
If he's not injured, he's definitely playing because he's really solid. He has the ability, and if he just stays injury free, he could probably be the best defender defensively for Liverpool.
I haven't seen anything special from Sacco in a long time, dude. Like
It's been a while.
for me, he's been slowly like going down. You know, I think he's going to be one of those players who never really lived up to his potential, and I think that's why you see the rumors of a desperation January signing and like a Subotic.
Well, with Sacco, he's always coming back from injury. That's the problem. He's never, once he gets back to maybe full fitness, he gets injured that game.
But then it's the same thing with Sturridge. But the rumors right now are for Liverpool picking up a defender. So I think Sturridge even though he's injury prone, has a brighter future than a Sacco who is injury prone and has also struggled the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Well, Sturridge also has a full season, well, pretty much a full season under him. Sacco doesn't. Not for Liverpool. He's always been hurt, I believe.
And Sacco's 25, guys. I know he looks like he's 50, but he's 25, bro. Like, he's a young center back who's been doing it for a while. And I think defenders get better with age. It's a position where you're always going to get exposed, but it's a different window. A striker prime is between that 20 years old and maybe 28, but some defenders become world class when they're 31, 32. So it's a position in which it's more mental. If he can learn the information, take those memory shots in his mind of where he should be as he gets older, I think he'll be better. For me, my concern for Saka are his feet. I sometimes don't trust his feet.
Dude.
I think it could be raw, like in terms of switching the ball quickly. But again, I think his recovery pace is excellent. Skirtle's the basher. He's the guy who can keep up with the athletic guys.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like Sacco is also, he can also be the physical one. When he gets amped up, he's a strong guy.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he does stay injury free, hopefully, for one season, maybe they can see something, and maybe 3 or so years when Skirtle moves on, maybe Sacco takes over for him.
Yeah, it's possible. That being said, predictions?
5-0 Watford.
My dream.
I'm kidding. I don't know. Liverpool on the road. They've been shaky on the road. Shaky everywhere, really. Maybe a 1-1. It's going to be a lame game. 1-1.
See, I disagree. I think this might end up being like the game of the week right here. Believe it or not, I know Arsenal City are playing, but man, every time Coutinho plays, I have to watch him play.
Yeah, he's special, huh?
I have to watch him play. And this Klopp Liverpool, they have this new energy. They run over teams, but on the opposite side, you have Igalo who's on fire. With the new guy in the back line, I can see this being a 2-2, 3-2 type of game. I'm gonna give it to Liverpool.
3-2.
Yeah.
I think Ryan's right. I think that Klopp does start Benteke up top, and I think that hurts Liverpool.
Doesn't want to win.
I think that Liverpool loses this game 2-1, and they don't play well again.
Why smiling?
I'm not happy.
I think Liverpool finds a way to get it done. They win 3-1.
Watford's never, they scored 3 goals once this season against Villa. I don't see them going over 2 goals. I think the magic number for Liverpool is 2. If they score 2, I think that's a good chance of getting at least 1 point. So I'm going to go with 2-1, and Watford's almost going to tie the game up near the end, but they're going to hang on.
Love these. Who's almost going to tie it up?
What?
Who's almost going to tie it up? Is it going to be Dini?
Oh,
Off the post.
He's going to come up the right side, flip it over Mignolet, hit the post on the left side. And Klein's going to clear it.
Love it. All right, so Quick Touch Sunday. Here we go, Al.
Here's Tiki with the quick touch.
Oh, he's not feeling it this time? Oh,
Free just gave it to you, man. Free just. Honestly, I forget what I did for the first quick touch.
All right, so we got Swansea, West Ham. Who do you think takes this one home?
Come on, you hammers.
Forever blowing bubbles.
Bubbles?
Pray.
Bubbles. Yeah, West Ham's got to take. They got to get back on track. Swansea down and out, man. Like caretakers in now. Smelling the blood. You got to hammer this team.
I gotta disagree.
Quality
I don't know. I
you
gotta
know what I mean?
disagree. I gotta disagree.
You got to hammer this team, dude.
Listen, here's the point. When you fire a manager of your team, I feel like the team responds right away.
It's sometimes.
I know. So I feel like this might happen because they might respond.
They responded against City.
And West Ham
they
just got
should have
unlucky.
They got unlucky. They should have got 1 point that
And
day.
West Ham has been struggling. You know, I mean, yeah, they started hot. That was great, but I don't rate them very high. I think they're still a mid-table club.
You know what? You're right. I agree, Swansea.
All right, that's fair. I like that.
Talked him into it. Talked him into it.
I think if they start Gomis, they win. If they don't start Gomis, it's a tie game.
El Penta.
We need to start the Panther. All right. So, final game, man. Monday game. I hate when they play these big games on Monday, man.
At 3 o'clock.
So selfish. How dare they cut America out? 3 o'clock,
Such
man.
a
I'll be
big game.
at my desk busting out spreadsheets. But luckily I have 2 monitors.
Have
so-
your laptop live streaming.
Exactly. I'll be live streaming on the other screen. But yeah, so we got Arsenal hosting Man City, man. 2 teams who you could argue are both firing. Man City got a little lucky last week, but they're starting to look good offensively at least. What do you think, Tom? We'll kick it off with you, man. Mr. Goons.
These are the 2 title favorites, in my opinion, and I think it's going to be interesting to analyze this game and see what we can take away from it when it's done. On paper, I think it's the game of the week.
Definitely.
Without a doubt. The scoreline of this game, I think, is going to be very important psychologically, because next time we play each other after the new year, that's going to have something to do with how we approach the game, I believe. And specific to this game, I like what I'm seeing from Arsenal. Joel Campbell, excellent job. I mean, all the young guns seem to be firing. It's just City has had our number in the past couple of years, man. City has came to the Emirates, embarrassed us sometimes. I mean, we've had our shots, but this, honestly, I don't know where to go with this one. I think it's going to be a really great game. Ozil, I don't know.
The cool thing about this matchup is that, like you said, the reverse matchup is going to be the second to last game for both clubs.
Is it really?
Yeah, because it's week 17, right? So week 18 is halfway. So halfway would be the last game of the season at week 38.
Okay.
So this will be a week 37
Could
matchup.
be a title decider.
So this could be a
And
title
you're right.
decider.
Like, these are, I mean, even being a United fan, I think Arsenal and Man City are the 2 teams most poised to win the league. Like, they have the best resources. Like, Arsenal, a lot of injuries, and, you know, a lot of things. Anything can happen, but
they have stability.
The last few years especially, they've had the most stability out of all of the teams. Now Chelsea's down. So it really is between these 2 teams, I think, in the long haul.
Yeah, this is almost a preview. I love it.
My thing is, what are you gonna do in the big games? What does Arsenal do against the big dogs? That's been the question over the past couple of seasons.
For the most,
that's what people have been saying. But at the same time, this season people have been saying, "Ooh, I've never seen this kind of Arsenal squad."
I think the most important player on Arsenal is Olivier Giroud right now.
He's scoring all the goals lately.
It's true, but he never seems to score against the big teams. He bangs in goals all the time. You know, he's on a good run of form right now. But when it comes down to playing a top 4 team, he doesn't perform.
And that's been my thing
that's
from
been
the
Tom's
start.
pet peeve for years.
What are you gonna do against the big dogs when you going up against Barcelona in the Champions League?
Yeah.
How effective is Giroud really gonna be against a team like that? And I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I want him to be. I want him to be everything he can be, but I don't know.
I think this is Giroud's announcement of who he is or who he's gonna be.
This is his season, yeah.
This is the season, man. He's firing at will. He's getting playing time. He's got the support of the crowd. Like, the fans love him now. Like, he's at home. He's finally at home. Now he can relax. His position's safe, even with Walcott playing. Like, he seems comfortable, like, trading positions with Walcott as far as, like, being on the bench and not starting some games. He's responded very well. So, like, I think this is it, man. I think Giroud tomorrow, even if he doesn't score, I think has a bit of a statement game. Not anything crazy, you know, nothing crazy, but we say, okay, Giroud actually, you know, stepped up. Maybe he got unlucky, didn't get a goal, or maybe he does get a goal, but I think he has a good game against City, man.
Yeah, if he's being the big man up top, getting the ball, you know, creating chances, laying it off well, you know, maybe not getting a shot on target, but creating those chances, those moments.
Playing his role, doing his role well. I think he will, man.
If he has a good game, he has a good game. You can't deny that. But my thing's always been, can you give him the ball in like the 88th minute and just say, hey, just take us home? Almost as like Spurs used to do with Gareth Bale and like around the 70th.
No, you can't
No,
do that.
not like that. Not like that. But in that 89th minute,
Cross it to
who's
him.
going to have a chance to win the game, and will he bury it? That's the difference. I think Giroud will be the guy who has that last, you know, chance. Maybe it's even in the 85th minute where you're like, that was the goal, like to win the game.
Will Company be playing this game?
I don't think he's back yet. We'll double check, but
And how
if he
healthy
is-
will Aguero be?
Because those are big factors in this game.
And how
Sanchez is out, right?
Exactly.
Either-
I don't
Sanchez
think
is
he's
out.
in. Yeah.
either way, if Company's back, he's not going to start because he hasn't played, a minute in the past couple of months. So he might come on as a sub, which is usually pretty rare too. As a center back, they usually don't sub center backs, but I don't think he starts even if he is back.
So it's going to be interesting because we're going to have to deal with David Silva, De Bruyne, and Sterling.
Oh,
we
Jesus.
know we're going to have to deal with those.
But you're at
luck.
home.
Good
You're
luck,
at the
man.
Emirates also.
And
so
Torre.
you get the Emirates factor. Maybe a small factor, but,
I mean, yeah, for sure. We're definitely more comfortable at home on our stadium, and we have pride. We definitely have pride at home. So I'm hoping, we do the upset because this is potentially a title decider.
I got bad news, man.
I will say, go ahead.
You got Aguero coming back, Zabaleta coming back, Company coming back.
Ouch.
They might not start, but they're on the bench.
And Aguero is always nasty on his
Always
return.
a threat, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say,
Especially
though,
on his
for
return.
De Bruyne and David Silva, De Bruyne, David Silva, and Sterling, like the last couple of games, they're all great players. They all play well, but like they're not at that level yet. Like on the same page wise, you know what I mean? Chemistry wise.
Yeah.
So it's like they're threatening, but they're not at that deadly level yet.
City's
They're getting
not
there.
at their peak. They're definitely not at
They're
their
getting there,
Yeah.
but like you can still beat them at this stage because they're disjointed a little bit on the
Yeah.
transitions. They can still be hit because they're not a whole team yet. Sterling's new to the system.
I hope Delph starts. If Delph starts, I think
That'd be good
that's
to see.
the key, man, because I'm telling you, man, he's been coming on as a sub for, I think, Fernando or Fernandinho. I get those two confused, but dude, when he comes on and he's playing the defensive, like, holding position, just the energy, the work rate in that position is out of control.
He's
And
exciting.
I think he'll outwork any Arsenal player in that position, especially because Coquelin is hurt.
You see,
So-
my thing is Ramsey needs help because Ramsey, I think,
Exactly.
can match his work rate. But in terms of size and strength, what are you going to do about Yaya?
That's what I'm saying. So like a Delph will do all the work. A Yaya will have a little more, a little less responsibility defensively, and then obviously David Silva's pulling the strings. And Yaya plays best when Silva's pulling the strings.
Depends on if Yaya takes his fish oil pills that morning.
Who?
For his joints.
For his joints.
Yaya.
Yeah.
Old man Yaya.
Father time.
Torre, Colo, 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 Torre,
I love it.
Best video.
Love it. All right. So we'll end it on that. What do you guys think?
Predictions?
Winners, predictions.
It's going to be a barn burner, swear to God. I've seen this game in my sleep. 3-3.
You starting to sleep?
It's going to be a great game. Lots of goals,
I'ma
lots
go
of
last.
defensive errors. I don't know. I think
3-3.
this game's going to be wide open. 3-3.
Us?
I actually agree with you. 3-3. They're going to take advantage of the weak defenses. It's just too much for both defenses.
Company's back, though.
He's not. I don't believe he's going to be at full fitness,
Yeah.
and he can't be. And both offenses are just too good. 3-3 tie. It's great for Leicester.
Farid.
2-1 Arsenal.
Leicester.
Yeah. I hate City.
For Leicester.
Oh, I know deep down you love it.
I'm saying this is crazy talk. This is nutty talk.
They tie it. That'd be sick to have
4-2 goons.
Wow.
Let's go.
4-2 just goons. I remember when United was playing Arsenal in those first 20 minutes, Arsenal scored 3 goals and won the game, basically in 20 minutes.
That was Man United,
I
though.
think it'll be a hot start like that. But that's why I think it'll be 4-2 in that City will have a response, but just Arsenal, vintage Arsenal, I think we're going to see.
How's your
hope
faith in
so.
Mesut Ozil right now, mister?
Dude, 13 assists? Like, what? Is the man on steroids? Like, it's
Is
crazy.
he the
Like,
best attacking midfielder in the world?
How can I deny it?
Welcome to the party.
I know, I'm late. Again.
And I think he's going to show us that this weekend. I think he's really going to show us that he is with Alexis out. Honestly, Santi Cazorla out. The pressure's going to be on him primarily and Ramsey to step up. If those two can play well for us, the midfield is where this game's going to be won, I think. And if we can do that, we can win. And I think we will. I think the Goons take it 2-1. 2-1 at the Emirates.
Squeaking one out.
How many big saves by Czech?
All huge saves.
15.
All except one.
Huge saves. I think Pear has a liable moment. has a scare, but I think he's able to recover as well.
How many posts?
Oh my god.
You tell me.
2.
I got a serious question. How do you think Giroud scores on a big name club now? Do you think he scores in this game?
Yeah, I think he has a really great chance to score. I think Walcott
best
has a
chance to
great
score
chance
ever.
to score in this game because especially if like a Zabaleta does come back and he starts, I think
I don't think he
Walcott
will.
can expose him. But Sanya, it's going to be an interesting battle because we've been deploying Walcott at the left
Bakary.
wing. So that ex-Arsenal battle there with Sanya and Walcott.
It's a training ground battle.
Exactly, it could be interesting. And Joel Campbell and Kolarov, man, Kolarov's a machine.
Yeah, man.
He was
Terminator.
The robot.
The Ozil Silva
He was
matchup
made in
would
the
be key,
lab.
though. It'd be like
To see who's the better string puller.
Yeah,
Well, I think
you know what I
it'll be Ozil Delph.
well, like going forward, but like,
Yeah.
as far as like player position for position.
Gotcha.
Like who's
You know,
going to
effectiveness.
outperform
Who's
who.
the best number 10?
Yeah, who's
I
gonna
like
create
that.
those chances?
I like that. All right, so that wraps it up for match day 17. We're gonna jump into a little great idea Al had.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't-
our segment entitled Underground Ballers.
Yeah.
So let's explain what that means before we get into it.
Well, an Underground Ballers or Al's Underground or Al Down Under. Is we go into players from yesteryear that maybe no one really knows about. People that fell off the grid, people that never got the fame they should have achieved, or maybe local legends.
Or even had fame, but like for like one season.
Yeah.
You know? Like
One
this-
season burnout, but they were there, one hit wonders.
And these dudes will comprise of people who are primarily in the English Premier League, but from time to time you might hear some other legend.
Cross league action.
For example, Kevin Phillips
Kevin Phillips
is
is
a
a
guy.
great
If you watch the EPL in the early 2000s, was a guy who was hot. He was touted. He was playing at Sunderland, right? And he was touted to be England's next savior. And then a season later, it's gone. Now we barely hear about him. Other examples, Farid, I think you had.
I got a real beauty here.
Are we jumping into it?
No, examples.
Examples?
Dude.
Oh,
Because of the G.
he's ready to shoot. He's ready to go.
Shut up, bro.
Yo. All right, so an
Jeremy.
example for me as an underground ball would be somebody, like you guys said, somebody who's been around a while, maybe just has kind of a silent role, pops up for a couple of years. For me, somebody at Chelsea, Jeremy, played right back, played midfield sometimes, then we sold him to Newcastle.
Solid Frenchman, right?
Yeah.
Nah, Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon, was he?
International, yeah.
I like utility players, guys that play anywhere, play with a lot of heart, a lot of energy. For me, that's also an underground baller for the fact that they can play anywhere on the field, but yet somehow get it done.
Never get noticed either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so jumping into it. Who's gonna lead us off?
I think you should. I mean, it's your
It's
segment.
your segment.
All right. Well, since my say, I'll lead it off. This young man, now he's an old man, great player, bounced around a few teams. First name, Nwaku. Second name, Kanu. Ex-Arsenal boy, ex-Portsmouth
Portsmouth.
boy.
What a legend.
Big Nigerian, like 7 foot tall, lanky son of a bitch.
Oddly skillful though. Like had
With the
like
most
sneaky good
nimble
moves.
him and his highest moments, I'll say. I'll go into his high moments, career highs. Arsenal, 99, 2000, 98. He was their main striker with Nick Anelka. This is before the Henry era. So, Kanu getting his day in the sun. Arsenal scoring goals and ended up at Portsmouth later in his career. Kind of goals dried up, but he was still there, being tall guy at the top.
I think the saddest thing with him is that he was just unlucky enough to be replaced by Henri. Like, doesn't matter who played that forward position.
Well, him and
Dennis Bergkamp.
And Bergkamp
Yeah.
too. So but Henri was like Mr. Arsenal. Bergkamp was quietly Mr. Arsenal. But like the amount of highlight goals that Kanu has, like special goals, he has plenty of highlight tape goals, but no one ever Googles him because unfortunately Henri came through. It's like the number 7
foot
jersey.
skills, man.
The number 7 jersey will always be Cristiano Ronaldo at United, even or Beckham. actually.
I was gonna say.
Or George
argue
Best
those two.
before that, it's Best, Beckham,
Yeah, and
Ronaldo.
then everyone else is sort of like, no
in the
names.
shuffle.
So Nwankwo Kanu, man, what a great kickoff.
There you go. Who's next?
Oh, I got two. I'll start with this first one.
Wait, we're doing
Wait,
two?
wait.
I just want to do
We're
one.
doing one. I'm doing two. You'll understand why I did
Oh,
two.
okay.
You
All right.
guys
I
will
was
get it.
like, all right. I had one in my back pocket. All right. Well,
Any
then I'm
rope?
gonna have to go with Gary Speed.
Rest in
Gary
peace.
Speed.
The
Welshman.
Good one.
One of the most consistent
R.I.P.
players in the league's history. I forgot. He set some sort of record. I don't know. I forgot.
Appearances,
Yeah, I think it was like
he used to have the most appearances. Yeah, Giggs
until
broke it.
Giggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Two
one of those
Welshmen
guys.
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, played for Newcastle
Same
for a
style.
long time. Really, just an
R.I.P.
underground.
R.I.P. to him, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
He had a
to
rough
him.
end.
Passed away
Sad
a
way.
few years ago, but yeah, he definitely gave us lots of positive memories, man.
He played into an old age too.
Like 36 or something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
dude.
saying.
Bolton.
Underground.
Like, he was
What's in that Welsh water?
Yeah, right, dude.
He's one of those people you're like,
The
"What?
Dragons, man.
He's still playing?
Yeah.
He's one of
Him
those.
and Sam Allardyce, man.
All right, Farid.
I got a real beauty lined up here.
Prove
this
it.
is guy bounced around Spain a little while and then ended up playing at Real Madrid. And then after his career kind of fizzled down, he made his way over to Bolton. Little guy named Ivan Campo.
Oh my
This one comes with a picture. We'll have to tweet that out.
Underground baller.
Ivan Campo.
This is a serious underground baller. If you guys haven't heard about him, Google him.
Where do you play?
He played in the midfield.
Bolton was his probably
he played in Bolton.
his heyday.
But he was at Madrid. He left Madrid, came to Bolton, and it was a big signing for Bolton at the time. You know, to get a player from there. And he was older though, but he was still a great player. Played a lot of games.
Screamers.
Yeah, it's a good Spanish player.
I love it,
There you
dude. Love it.
Ivan.
All right, so I got a pair. They have to go together.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it just
Special exception.
reminiscent wise, it's a beautiful thing, and I have a soft spot for this club too. We're gonna go with Alan Smith and Mark Viduka, dude.
Mark Viduka.
That
I love
Leeds
it.
team, dude.
I love it.
Stacked. They played together.
Wasn't
it was-
Milner on the team?
I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
think
James Milner was at Leeds.
Harry Kewell was there.
He came out of Leeds.
Yeah.
He might have been.
Couple
maybe a little
other
bit after
really
that.
good players.
I was a
That
fan of
club
the
was
Alex.
studly, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Mark
remember watching them
Viduka.
playing together,
Mark
yeah.
Viduka on his own. What
Yeah,
a
Viduka
legend.
killed
The
it.
Aussie.
Australian.
The finest Aussie. Man.
I'll see.
My guy started at Portsmouth, and when I started watching the league and everything, just for the fact that I never really watched EPL before I was 15, and this guy was really good. Went to Bolton and started just scoring goals and then goals. I picked him up in fantasy and started getting me more goals.
I know it is.
Then he went to West Ham and now at Burnley. I believe he recently came out gay. He's 34 years old. Matthew Taylor.
Matty Taylor.
Matty Taylor was
Nice
nice.
shout, dude.
I mean, he was one of the first people I was like, oh, he scored. Oh, he scored last week. Oh, did he score last week? And he just kept on going.
Yeah, he was a defender though. He was like a left back, left mid.
And then he played center mid for, I think he played center mid for Bolton.
Played a little bit everywhere.
he's kinda-
man.
he's
Yeah,
utility,
played
yeah.
everywhere.
Exactly what I said. Utilities,
style.
worked hard.
Yeah, he saved Portsmouth one year relegation. He scored a penalty to like keep him up.
He scored
the
some-
last
he
day,
scored
last day of the
some,
season.
Was that
Some
the
real-
Redknapp era? Or
Yeah,
was
he
that
scored
the-
from half against
On that volley.
against Timmy Howard.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
I think 2006.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Matty Taylor was a great player.
Yeah, he was, man. Great shout, guys.
That's a good
Yeah,
shout.
and that concludes Underground Ballers for this week.
Dude, that was awesome, man. So we'll do this every couple episodes. We don't know how we're gonna work it in, but that was fun, sort of reminiscing about
And
players
we'll
we used to
try and put
watch.
up some clips or funny stories of.
Yeah.
And if you have some underground ballers, why don't you send them to us, at Podcast FC.
Maybe we don't know 'em, you know?
Yeah. Our email, podcastfcshow@gmail.com. All the social medias at podcastfcshow, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. So that wraps it up for episode 11. Guys, enjoy match day 17. We'll be back to review it and bring you all the action. It's been real. Signing off. My name's Tiki.
Chelsea. Farid.
This is Tum, Goons, big weekend. Get her done.
This is Al. Glory. One love.
And this is Hussey.